how did you guys manage just the ups and the downs of it, like, and how crazy it was?
We was just hoping he missed. Nikola Jokic, bro. Oh my God, he might be the best basketball player I've ever seen.
Just funny. Yeah, I mean, he was really special this time. I think we did a really good job the first half, but he just took off, and that's what superstars do, and that's what he's a special person and special player, I think, in this league.
In a game that felt like a playoff thriller, Nikola Jokic delivered a jaw-dropping 61-point triple-double, only to see his Denver Nuggets still fall short in double overtime against the Minnesota Timberwolves. With Anthony Edwards calling it the best game of my life, fans witnessed an all-timer performance from Jokic, overshadowed by a dramatic Wolves victory. Let's break down the must-see highlights, key turning points, and how a historically epic stat line wasn't enough to secure Denver the first quarter. Jokic sets the tone, efficient. First quarter Jokic wasted no time imposing his will, hitting mid-range jumpers, threading passes for easy layups, and muscling through defenders in the paint. From the jump, he looked locked in both offensively and on the boards. By quarter's end, Jokic had already racked up double-digit points, giving everyone the sense something special could be brewing. Meanwhile, Minnesota struggled to find consistent offense, leaning on Anthony Edwards to match Jokic's scoring bursts. Anthony Edwards' opening salvo Edwards, the young Wolves star, refused to be overshadowed. Late in the first quarter, he rattled off a series of drives and step-back jumpers, signaling he wasn't about to let Jokic steal the show uncontested. The seesaw scoring from both stars revved up the energy in the arena, foreshadowing the epic duel that unfolded. Second intensity rises in the second quarter. Edwards versus Jokic face off. Midway through the second, the two superstars ended up guarding each other in switch situations. Edwards joked post-game that Jokic might be the best I've seen up close. But in these sequences, Edwards used quickness to blow by, while Jokic resorted to crafty footwork to find space inside. The scoreboard remained tight, with neither team able to pull more than a few points ahead. Timberwolves fans roared with each Edwards bucket, while Jokic calmly piled on points and assists, hitting his teammates for corner threes. Supporting cast steps. Up for Denver, Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon chipped in key shots whenever the Wolves looked ready to pull away. For Minnesota, Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert found synergy on pick-and-roll actions, ensuring they kept pace despite Jokic's heroics. By halftime, Jokic was well on his way to a monster line, flirting with 30 points and a handful of assists and rebounds. The tension in the building was palpable, as fans sensed they might witness a historic performance. 3. Jokic reaches new heights in the third absolute offensive clinic coming out of the locker room. Jokic caught fire from all angles. Post-ups, floaters, fadeaways, he unleashed every shot in his arsenal. The Wolves threw double teams at him, but Jokic responded by dishing out dimes to open shooters or splitting defenders for easy layups. By the end of the quarter, he'd surpassed 45 points, inching closer to a 50-point triple-double. The entire Nuggets bench appeared in awe, celebrating each highlight as though it were a game winner. Wolves' counterpunch Minnesota refused to fold. Edwards continued attacking the rim, while Gobert patrolled the paint defensively. Conley ran the offense with discipline, directing traffic and ensuring the Wolves never lost contact on the scoreboard. The quarter ended in a tight margin, setting the stage for a nail-biter final period, and possibly more. Fourth quarter tension. No one blinks late-game trading buckets. Both teams seized mini runs. Denver soared ahead on back-to-back threes from Michael Porter Jr. and a putback by Aaron Gordon. Minnesota answered with a clutch triple by Conley and an Edwards drive finishing in traffic. Meanwhile, Jokic eclipsed 50 points with minutes left. Fans buzzed at the prospect of him finishing with 60, but more importantly, the game hung in the balance with precious little time to spare. Chaos in the closing seconds. Tied with under 30 seconds to go, Edwards nailed a mid-range jumper. Jokic responded by barreling inside, drawing a foul and sinking free throws to knot it up again. A last-second fadeaway attempt from Edwards rimmed out, forcing the teams into overtime, with each star already logging heavy minutes. 5. Overtime number 1. Stars refused to back down. Edwards unleashes. Sensing the moment, Edwards took control. He drained step-back threes and soared for dunks in traffic, leaving the crowd in disbelief as he matched every big shot from Jokic or Jamal Murray. Jokic, on the cusp of a 60-point triple-double, displayed zero fatigue, continuing to break down the Wolves' defense with each possession. Double teams no longer fazed him. He scored or assisted almost at will. Frenetic finish. Both teams fumbled opportunities in the final 30 seconds of OT. An errant pass from Minnesota Minnesota, a missed layup from Denver, Edwards' last gasp shot for the win rattled out, the buzzer rang again, and the scoreboard remained deadlocked, sending everyone to double overtime. Double overtime. Jokic hit 60-point mark historic stat line. In the second overtime, Jokic tallied a rebound and an assist to secure his triple-double, along with reaching 60 points, a threshold rarely seen in modern NBA. Anthony Edwards was moved to label him the best I've ever seen, besides me, post-game. The crowd realized they were witnessing something legendary, even as Minnesota fans prayed their team could survive Jokic's unstoppable momentum. Timberwolves' final edge. Despite Jokic's jaw-dropping numbers, the Wolves found a way to remain in control. A crucial turnover by Denver gave Minnesota a breakaway, leading to an easy 2. Rudy Gobert made a couple of big defensive stops in the lane. Clutch free throws from Edwards and Conley in the final 20 seconds provided a safe cushion, sealing the outcome. Jokic's 61-point triple-double ended in heartbreak as the Nuggets walked off with a narrow loss. 7. Reactions and post-game buzz. Edwards' praise and Jokic's humor. Edwards gushed about Jokic's talent. He might be the best basketball player I've ever seen up close, besides myself. Jokic responded with his trademark humility, joking about reflecting on it later while sipping a beer. Both stars expressed mutual respect. Edwards pointed out how unstoppable Jokic was, even as Minnesota was just hoping he'd miss. Jokic, for his part, called Edwards a special person and special player. MVP race and historic feats. Jokic's monstrous stat line reignited MVP discussions. With 60-plus points, double-digit assists, and rebounds, he strengthened his case in a crowded field. Yet, the final scoreboard showed how even a superhuman effort can be undone by a determined opponent. Fans and analysts alike called it one of the season's best games, highlighting the unpredictability and brilliance that define the NBA. 8th, conclusion. Legacy solidified, lesson learned. Nikola Jokic's 61-point triple-double was nothing short of historic, further cementing his place among the NBA's elite. Despite the superhuman numbers, the Timberwolves found a way to pull out the double overtime victory, showcasing the collective grit that can topple even the mightiest performances. Ultimately, the game underscored how basketball remains a team sport. Jokic couldn't do it alone, while Minnesota leveraged a balanced approach. Fans will remember this as an instant classic, with Edwards and Jokic both raising the bar on what's possible. If you enjoyed this recap, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more NBA highlights and in-depth breakdowns. Comment below, is Jokic now the MVP frontrunner despite the loss, and where does this rank among the greatest single-game performances of the modern era? We'll catch you next time.